I'm not Jewish, by the way, I just look Jewish. Is that good? Yeah, so, but the Foreign Office helps you choosing your travel destination. You can go to the Foreign Office website and they have a country profile and travel advice per country. So you go check out this particular country and it says something like, it has now been 6 months since Western tourists were beheaded in this country in front of cameras. So if you really want to go there, please exercise caution. Don't stand out, try to blend in. How do you do that? You are going quad biking in the desert on a Tuesday morning. Do local Moroccans do that? Sharm el-Sheikh was off limits for a while because a Russian charter plane was gunned down by ISIS, so it was off limits. But then at some point the UK government said, now you can go back to Sharm el-Sheikh because the Egyptian army has pushed back ISIS 40 miles into the Sinai desert. 40 miles. Is that reassuring? Because if there's anything we've learned about Islamic terrorists is that they hate traveling. No Islamic terrorist has ever traveled more than 40 miles to hurt Westerners. Right, you gotta get your passport. Nigel Farage was unhappy about his passport because it used to start, the British passport, with European Union. He should have seen one of my passports. It starts with Islamic Republic. You open the passport, every left page, picture of a mass murderer. Every right page, picture of a child soldier, the national hero. You hold the hologram against the light, it says, "Death to Israel." You flip through, inside the back cover, it says, "Passport not valid for travel to Israel." No kidding! I figured, but it doesn't say Israel, it says occupied Palestine. Because they call Israel occupied Palestine. You know that? Because Palestine has been occupied. Here's a fun fact for you. The Iranian government calls all of Israel occupied Palestine. The Iranian government claims more territory for Palestinians than the actual Palestinian Authority. But the Iranian government claims less territory for the Palestinians than Columbus University students. That's a fun fact for you. Yeah, but yeah, they call Israel occupied Palestine because Israelis have occupied Palestinian lands and they are enforcing this illegal occupation through the use of a network of very cruel checkpoints. You know? Because this is incredible for us. Because these Palestinians live in Palestinian territories, but they get daily work visas to go inside Israel every day, work, and then come back home. And this is unfathomable for us. These people hate Israel, and yet Israel gives them daily work visas. And we can't conceive of such a thing, because people who hate Britain, we give them British passports. What's up with that? We give them passports to them and their whole tribe, and then they descend on Parliament Square and shout, "From the river to the sea, more benefits for family and me." Yeah, but human rights organizations say these Israeli checkpoints are inhumane because they have to wait in line to be checked for any potential bombs or knives. And listen, anybody who thinks waiting at an Israeli checkpoint is inhumane has never been through London Waterloo Station during the morning peak hours. Yeah, but it's good that the Iranian government warns you, because if you're Iranian and you go to Israel, there's no Iranian diplomatic representation. They can't help you out. Because I don't know if you guys are current affair buffs, but relations between Iran and Israel are not optimal. It's a problem, diplomatic representation, consular protection, because it happens for the Foreign Office. Sometimes the Foreign Office receives a phone call. Hello? Is that the Foreign Office? Yeah, my name is Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe. Funny story. Remember when I told you I was escaping from a murderous regime and therefore I needed a UK passport? Wouldn't you know it? It is a murderous regime. And I'm calling you from inside the murderous regime. I've been jailed. No, I didn't read the travel section of The Guardian. I came here for a visit for my second cousin's birthday. That means a lot in the Iranian culture because we each have 25 of those only. Anyway, they want 400 million pounds to release me. How are you going to wire that to... They promise they won't use it to kill any Britons, just Americans and Jews. What do you mean I don't have right to consular protection in the country of my other citizenship? Where is it written that I don't have right to consular protection in the... Oh, inside every British passport, page 5? This is comedy, but also public service. This can become useful and save us also taxpayer money when the British government doesn't have to bail you out. Anyway, listen, we are here. And if you don't act swiftly, I'm going to unleash my husband Richard to campaign against you. He is going to campaign tirelessly, and you don't want my case to be a blemish on the Tory government's otherwise impeccable decade-long record. How about that? Yeah, he's going on hunger strike. Yeah, I'm as surprised as you are. Richard is going on hunger strike for me. Looks like I made that choice right. When I look at the walls of this Iranian cell, I can't help but think that I've made some wrong decisions in my life. But Richard is a keeper. So the moral of that story is that first, don't go to dodgy places. Read inside page 5 of your passport. But if you do, first get yourself a husband or a wife who is willing to go on hunger strike for you. Because if I called my wife and told her, I'm incarcerated inside a Middle Eastern dictatorship, please go on hunger strike for me, you know what she'd say? She'd say, I'm a vegetarian. I already look like I'm on hunger strike. The comparison between before and after pictures is not going to make any media impact. So you got to choose wisely. Sometimes you go to a travel agency. Yeah, I want to book a Mediterranean holiday. May I suggest Italy, the biggest number of UNESCO World Heritage sites? Let me stop you there. This year, I'm looking for an adventure. Adventure, you said? Have you tried ordering tap water in one of their restaurants? This is fact-based comedy, by the way. No, I know what you mean, but you see, I'm looking for the thrill that you get from sunbathing, coupled with the risk of being riddled with machine gun bullets. That's what I want for my family this summer. Have you got that? Okay, let's have a look at the southern Mediterranean map. Great. In which of these countries we are considered infidel pigs in a special relationship with the great Satan? All of them, sir. Look, I like my holidays best when I don't have any meaningful interaction with the local population. Can you please put us in a resort? And can you please make sure the resort is surrounded by abject poverty? adjacent abject poverty comes as a standard in all of our holiday packages. I want to go to a place where for some reason we don't see any of the local women. A place where we don't see their women, but they see our women. As whores. Can you arrange that?